What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We're back, and I think it's finally time we get started on the police car, the P71 Crown Victoria that's been parked for many years, literally an abandoned car that I got for nothing. I bought this car for absolutely nothing, and I want to see if it runs today. So here it is. I've had it sitting here for over a month now. I keep meaning to do something with it, and then I buy other cars and nothing ever gets done with it. I don't even remember what year this is. I just know it's been sitting here for a long time, and something has got to get done with it. Either we're going to fix it or we're going to send it down the road, but something has got to get done. Let's figure out what year this car is first. Here's the tag over here. It is a 98. So 12 of 98. Unfortunately, that means that the wheels and tires that I bought off of an 05 are probably not going to fit. If I remember right, there's either a different bolt pattern or there's something different. I think the bolt pattern is different between the 98 and the 2005. So in preparation for getting this car running, it needs tires and wheels really bad. These tires are junk. So I found these for $100, all 5 of them. And I have center caps as well, thanks to a subscriber who sent me some center caps in the mail. Unfortunately, his label was blurred out where I couldn't see his name, and I'm not really sure if he wants me to shout him out or not. So I'm going to play it safe and not say his name, but you know who you are, you watch the videos. If you want people to know who you are, drop a comment down below, and I'll be sure to pin it as long as I can find it. So these were super cheap, $100 for all 5. Now, this has an interesting exhaust, which is the main reason I bought the car. I thought that is a super cool exhaust coming right out the middle there. Unfortunately, we know that it's got a bad fuel pump because it says it on the windshield. And the fuel pump would be relatively easy to get to if it still had its factory exhaust. But since they ran the exhaust down the middle, it's probably blocking the access to the fuel pump. So we're probably going to end up having to cut the exhaust off. But the goal today is let's try to clean it up and see what it looks like underneath all this garbage. Let's air the tires up, maybe push it out a little bit. We'll clean up the engine as well. Let's see what the interior looks. Oh, wow. Yeah, she's been sitting a long time. Really long time. I just want to clean it up and see if it runs. So hopefully I've got some starting fluid somewhere. What is this? An old tape deck. Huh, okay. Well, I don't know where that came from, but it comes with a tape deck, a spoon. The interior is actually not bad. It's honestly in pretty good shape. We'll find out what the mileage is on this too. Ooh, yeah. Oh, it even comes with the books? It has the books? No kidding. No kidding. Police Fleet Vehicle Owner Supplement Book. Wow. Oh, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. The dashboard, look at that dash. It looks great. And the seats, your guess is as good as mine. No, I'm thinking ripped up, but those aren't ripped up. No way, the seats are actually in good shape. And it's got the vinyl top. This is not too bad. Hold on, I'm gonna rip this off. I want to know. They're a little dirty, but who cares? Look at that. That'll clean up nice. Okay. Ooh, that's rough. I'm starting to like it a little bit more. I hope these wheels fit. I really do. I don't want to have to go find another set of wheels for this car. There we go. Oh, there's some poop in here. Yeah. And back there's the engine cover. 4.6 litre. This is gross. That's what this is. It looks like somebody tried to pimp my ride, this little car here, and you know, it's not perfect, but this is all easy stuff that we can put back together, guys. Let's see if this seat is in good shape too. I hope it is. This would be the one I'd be most concerned about. It looks good. It looks good. Ooh. Oh, that's the stuff from the seat coming off. But yeah, It actually doesn't look bad at all. And the mileage, where's it at? 171, 520. Windshield is busted. Let's take a look under the hood. That's where things get interesting, I think, is under the hood. All right. Come on. Come on. There it goes. If you know, you know. You know. it's one of them things. There it is. There it is. All right. So under the hood is oh boy. It's got a battery. That's good. I don't know what that is. Presumably fecal matter. This gasoline or pee? I'm gonna assume that's gasoline that somebody left under the hood. Yeah, it is. Look, they punctured it. They put a hole in it. So I guess somebody was trying to start it and they left a Gatorade Zero bottle under the hood. Wasn't me. I don't drink that Gatorade Zero crap. I only drink the real stuff. I can't stand the taste of that Zero. Diet anything, can't handle it. Yeah, she's been sitting a minute, guys. I think we're gonna see the biggest, the most dramatic difference under the hood when I spray this down. There are spider webs. Look at this. There's tumbleweeds just everywhere. Look at this. Everywhere under here. Tumbleweeds, spider webs. Mice were chewing things up, so that's always good. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun, ladies and gentlemen. Truthfully, I am excited to see if this thing runs. In the listing, it was interesting. It said run and drive. I bought this, I think it was from Copart. I honestly can't remember. It's either Copart or IA. It was listed as a run and drive, but I'm not quite sure how they could say it's a run and drive if it's got a bad fuel pump, because obviously it doesn't run with a bad fuel pump. Let's check the oil. Ooh. Oh, that's a little gross. Well, it looks better on that side. This side looks pretty rough. That's all right. You know, it's got oil, it's got coolant, it's got power steering fluid, it's got a nice gator back belt. I love those gator back belts. The trans dipstick. Oh, I've got to reach into all those spider webs. Yeah. Let's take a peek at the trans fluid. Uh-oh. Well, I've seen worse. Don't worry. That trans fluid actually looks pretty thinned out. It's old, but it's not the worst. I'll bet, as long as this thing runs, I'll bet you money that this is a runner and a driver. I mean, it needs tires and it needs wheels. These wheels are garbage, and it needs all this tinted crap taken off. Man, these are such good-looking cars just the way they are. It sucks that somebody went and did all this to it, but I think this one could be saved, guys. It's just going to take a little bit of work, a little bit of elbow grease. Now, we've got some new cars that have not yet been on the channel, including this 2008 Mustang GT that is a flood car. And, you know, I almost wonder if those police wheels will fit this. I wonder if they will. I wonder if the police wheels will fit this. These wheels are in horrible shape, and these tires are absolutely rotten. This is another car that sat for a really, really long time, and it was listed as, it was great, it's listed as hail damage. However, I've only found maybe 4 hail dings on the whole car. There's almost no hail damage to speak of on this car. However, it did turn out to be a flood car, which came with all of the mold and mildew and nasty smells that makes you want to puke. It came with all of that good stuff, guys. So stay tuned. This car will be coming up very, very soon. I've got some plans for this, but it's all dependent upon the car being a runner and a driver. It's got to run well, shift through the gears. It needs to be a good car aside from a few things that need to be addressed. And if it is, and I think it is, then I think this is one we're going to do something kind of special with. I think this will be a lot of fun to bring to the channel for you guys. When I pulled this up, there was mold. Yeah, look, you see it all over the bottom. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So what I did is I brought the ozone machine out. That is my ozone machine, and that sucker is worth its weight in gold. And I ran that ozone machine in this car for 14 hours. Yes, it's excessive. It's it's excessive. I know. 14 hours I ran that ozone machine in there because I couldn't even stand to be near the car. It made me want to throw up. So hopefully this car's a little bit better now. We'll be bringing this to the channel soon. Of course, my super cheap, what did I win this for? $4,600, and it was $55 out the door, $52 out the door for a 2012 F-150 XLT 4x4. It's got a blown drive shaft. It's bent from the forks picking it up. 3.5 EcoBoost engine. We did drive it, but it had a horrible vibration, and now that I found the drive shaft was bad, I've ordered another one. So this has been on the channel. We'll be coming back to this one soon. Here's one that has not been on the channel. It was just delivered late last night, I think, or the day before, I don't remember. But this one is my 2002 Ford Thunderbird. Of course, it's a V8. It's got the hard top. It's supposed to have a soft top, good tires, low mileage, and I stole this car. The paint has a little bit of work that needs to be done, but the car itself actually looks pretty good. I don't know anything about it other than I got it for cheap. I bought it sight unseen from Dealer Auto Auction in Oklahoma City. They delivered it for next to nothing, and now here it is. And it's got 103,000 miles on the odometer. So other than that, I know nothing about it. I need to get a video on this car. We need to drive it, make sure everything's good on it. I can't believe I got it for what I got it for. Stay tuned for the video, and I'll tell you. But for now, if you want, go ahead and drop your guesses below how much I paid for this car. Clean title, clean Carfax. It's supposedly a really nice car, but for some reason they let it go stupid cheap, and I was the only bidder on this car. Next to it, of course, you guys saw the Pontiac Sunbird LE. Definitely was not one of my best videos, and it definitely was not a viral video. It didn't hit 100,000 views, and I never expected it to. I bought this car because it's nostalgic. It makes me happy. It reminds me of a different time, a simpler time, and I knew that the videos were not going to do well on this car, but I wanted the car, and I figured we might as well make video content on it because some of you out there are going to appreciate this car just as much as I do. Next, we might get to this in today's video. This is my 2016 Police Interceptor. It's a 4 Taurus SHO. It is the twin turbo. We're probably going to use this car to try to push the other one into the shop, assuming we can get it to run. That one, not this one. This one runs great. It's been my daily driver. I put tons of miles on it, but we need to do a little bit of maintenance to this car. So, of course, the 99 SHO is right over here. It's a great car. It's not really anything to write home about, but there it is. I've driven it, great car, and it's going to be going up for sale. The SSR, also something that Monkey Wrench Mike and I poured countless, well, not countless, we poured 12 hours into this car, and I've spent quite a bit of money on tires and all the maintenance items. Everything is done on this. There's nothing to do to this car other than drive it, and I've decided I'm going to go ahead and put that up for sale. The 1940 is already sold, as we said in a previous video. Now, I think it's time for me to go grab a few things. I need a booster pack, maybe some starting fluid. What, a flathead screwdriver? Yeah. And I guess we'll start with seeing if we can get it running. As long as we can get it running, we'll move on to bringing out the pressure washer. We'll spray this thing down, clean it up, and then, well, it might be time to push it on into the garage. All right, this is usually something you want to do with 2 people, but I don't have 2 people. So we've got some starting fluid, and I hate using this stuff, guys. I really, really hate using this stuff. I've already opened up the throttle body, and what I'm going to do just to make things a little safer is I'm probably going to shoot the the starting fluid down the intake. Then I'm going to put this back on. I'm just going to shove it back on so that if it backfires, hopefully it doesn't shoot out flames, and it contains everything into this snorkel tube right here. That's the idea. And then I will run into the car. Let me get the key, and let me put it in the ignition just so everything is ready to go. We're gonna have to do this as quickly as possible. I'll probably leave the camera sitting outside. We'll see. All right, ignition is on. So it's up to the car. I've got a fire extinguisher sitting right here. I've already pulled the pin because I know that it will probably catch on fire. This is just the way it goes. Again, I don't recommend using starting fluid. This stuff is just generally kind of dangerous. So let me shoot some down the intake and let's see if it runs. Here we go. Quickly, quickly. That stuff evaporates like crazy, man. Come on. Fire in the hole. Come on, come on, come on. Do it to it. All right. Let's just see what happens. It ran. It ran. It ran. It did. It ran. It ran very well, actually. No kidding. Okay. Okay. All I asked it to do was run, and it did. It didn't backfire. It didn't catch on fire. It actually sounded good. Let's do it again. One more time. All right. Let's hope we have the same luck this time. Come on. It actually runs. Okay. Hey, and look at my hands. That's just from the snorkel. That looks pretty gross in there. Wouldn't it be great if someone had just tripped the emergency fuel cutoff, which is right here? They didn't. No, and it's still plugged in and everything too. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I was sure hoping that it was just a matter of pushing that button in. But, I mean, this thing's been sitting for God knows how long. Unfortunately, yeah. Okay. Well, what do you guys think? Time for a bath? I already got the suds. I got the suds ready to go. Ceramic wash and coat. We're going to use the foam cannon on it. I'll go get the, I forgot what it's called. The pressure washer. And I guess we can try to clean this car up a little bit. Well, this should give you a pretty good idea of what things are looking like now. That actually looks really, really good. Look at that. It doesn't even look like the same engine. Man, I got down in all the nooks and crannies. I made sure I got everywhere under this thing. Look at this. Even the battery looks decent again. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And the paint? Well, there you go. That looks a whole lot better. Let me move you guys over here. Take a look at this. I didn't foam cannon this or anything. I just wanted to make sure everything was clean where the hood is. So we're going to close the hood now. Look at the hood too. That cleaned up so nice. Very happy with the way this has turned out. We're going to drop this hood down. I'm going to put you guys on another time lapse and well, let's see what we can do with this body. That's a long way from where it was about an hour ago. This took quite a while to wash, and I didn't even hand wash it. This is just pressure washing it. That was a lot of work, guys. And if you notice, I got the black tint off of the headlights and off of the corner lights. I think it just looks so much, it looks so much better that way, a lot more respectable. It's still filthy, and it still needs a proper bath, but if all goes well, we may not have to worry too much about washing it and getting it perfectly clean. And I'll let you guys drop a comment below if you think you know why that is. Now on the back side here, unfortunately, I sprayed the living heck out of this tint. That stuff did not want to come off. They've got this whole backside done. I don't know. Am I really gonna be too concerned about it? I guess not. After all, the car does look a ton better than it did when we started, and that's all that really matters. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. You guys comment below and tell me what you think. Unfortunately, I got the Mustang splattered with all the crap off of this car, so I had to rinse off the front of the Mustang a little bit. I think it's about time to air these tires up. Let's try to push it into the shop, and I guess we'll find out whether or not those rims back there fit. Although I've had a ton of people telling me there's no way that those wheels that came off of it came off an 05 or an 06, and this is a 98. Everybody's told me there's no way those are going to fit on this car. But anyway, what do you guys think? It looks good. We know it runs. So now I need to do a couple things. I need to get underneath it, find out if that exhaust is going to get in the way of me being able to pull out that fuel pump. We need to see how much gas is in it, how bad the gas is that's in it. Is it just a fuel pump, or are we going to need an entire fuel tank? I don't know. And even if we do put a new pump in it, that doesn't guarantee it's going to run. The injectors could be clogged up as well. I took the time to get up in here and clean all of this out. Everything really looks pretty good. It's still a little dingy, but like I said, if all goes well, I don't think we're going to be too concerned about it being dingy, because what I have planned for it will make all that go away anyway. All right, well, a lot has happened, including it got dark. So that's one of the things that happened. Next, we made a big accomplishment. My fiance doesn't like to be on film, so I can't record her. But, well, this is one thing. This is an upcoming video. The Taurus police car is in the shop, and this will give you just a little bit of an idea of what we're going to be doing to it. And guess what else is in the shop? That's right, we finally got her into the shop, guys. And I needed Jessica's help to roll this thing in here. She did really well too, man. She steered this sucker right up in here, man. And now it's in the shop, in a place where the air conditioning is on. It'll be nice and cool, easy to work on. I've already got the battery trying to come back to life. We're trying to juice up that battery. I don't expect it's going to. I'm already checking fuses and relays. I'm going to get back to you with my results on that. I already know that it's a fuel pump, okay? I know that, but I'm hoping. So the fuel pump relay is, I don't remember, it is fuel pump relay is the middle one. So I switched it out for the AC lockout relay, and now I'm over here with my multimeter. I'm going to check for continuity on all these fuses, and assuming everything is good, and we can check for continuity on the interior fuses, and assuming all of those are good, well, I think we know that from there we go to a fuel pump. Well, just for fun, I checked all the fuses, and obviously none of them were blown. And we knew that. Like, we knew that there was not going to be any getting around doing a fuel pump in this, right? Yeah, don't get excited. Well, hold on. I'm getting a little excited. Surely this thing doesn't have fuel pressure. I definitely hear relays, but I don't hear a fuel pump. No. Oh boy. Yeah. Take a look at this Lanzar CD player though. Look at this old school thing right here. I don't know how to turn it off, or turn it on, I should say. There it is. Look at that. Oh, and it works? No way. Does it have a... I wonder if it's got a CD in it. Let's see. Well, where do you eject? Oh, hell, I don't know. It's not important. Anyway, let's turn that off. Or not? Let's just turn it down. There we go. All right. Well, I was hoping, but we all knew better. It's going to be rotten in there. I did. Oh yeah, nice. I did spray out the exhaust. It was full of mud and dirt, so it's now spewing some water out that I got in it. It looks much better now than it did when we started. Unfortunately, I didn't want to have to do the fuel pump on this, but I knew from the beginning that's probably what this was going to require. So I guess for now I could order a fuel pump and a sending unit, just the whole assembly, maybe get it from Rock Auto. And unfortunately, there's no way for me to get this car onto this lift. It's not going to happen. So we're going to have to do it right here on the ground. You can change the fuel pump on this without dropping the tank, and you don't want to drop the tank on this. It's a real chore. And like I said, I got a feeling that custom exhaust that they've got running right down the middle is probably right underneath the fuel tank and probably going right in front of the fuel pump. So that's going to be fun. We'll probably have to cut the exhaust and focus on getting the exhaust redone at a later time. But anyway, we got a lot done in this video. I mean, a lot. It took me a good portion of the day. I can't tell you how long it took just to wash this car. Every nook and cranny was covered in that mildew, algae, whatever stuff, man. The engine bay was completely disgusting. And look at it now. It looks respectable. It's really not bad. It looks pretty good. The car itself actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. The window tint is bad. Those being tinted like that is definitely illegal. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Worst case scenario, we replace those taillights with some new ones. The interior turned out to be in pretty good shape. You know, it does need some love. This window, you have to raise it by hand. It's broken, so it needs a motor regulator. Obviously needs a hell of a cleaning. The Autospot can handle probably the majority of the rest of the cleaning now that we got all of the heavy stuff off. But we need to get the regulator replaced, the fuel pump and sending unit replaced, and then hopefully it will run. We need to get these wheels off and replaced. And I'm going to need you guys to tell me below in the comments if these wheels that I got for it are going to fit. We're going to come back in another video and we're going to address all of this. But yeah, I've been told by several people that they're not going to fit. These are off of, I think, a 2005 or a 2006 Crown Vic, and I don't think they fit. Also, if you know the answer to this, if these will not fit this 1998 Crown Victoria, will these fit an 08 Mustang GT? I'm very curious about that because the tires and wheels on that Mustang of mine are absolutely junk. I don't want these long term. Unless they look good. I don't know, you may put the center caps on, they may actually look like it may look kind of slick. Could look like a police Mustang GT. Get it painted black or something. I would consider that, but let me know below if you think that an 08 Crown Vic or 05, 06, whatever, Crown Vic wheel and tire will fit on the old 2008 Mustang, just in case they do not fit on this, and everybody's told me they won't. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to revive this battery. We already know that the car is not going to start. We know that the fuel pump is dead. I'll go ahead and order one of those right now. I'll try to bring this battery back to life, and we'll come back in another video, and we'll see if we can't bring this car back to life and maybe even take it for a drive. Now, before we get out of here, I want to show you guys this, and I want you to drop a comment below and tell me what you think this is for. Do you know what this is? This is a genuine, not a replica, not one of those fake ones. This is genuine Dell'Orto. It's a carburetor. It's a 1412 Can you guess what it goes to? We also got some fuel line. We got a new fuel filter and a valve that we've desperately been needing. Unfortunately, there's one piece that I need to make this little carburetor work, and that is an adapter for the intake to go onto the intake of the engine. That's right, I have not forgotten about my grandfather's 1994 Jawa Babetta single speed, I think it's a 50cc moped. I haven't forgotten about it. It's time we get back to it and try to bring it to life. As far as I can remember, well, I got the pedals on backwards, but other than that, as far as I remember, everything was pretty good. It didn't run right. It's leaking gas oil mixture all over the place because it's got a leaky valve right there. So I've got the valve, I've got some fresh fuel line. We can clean this mess up, but I need an adapter for this intake right here. There's an adapter that goes right there that allows you to put the aftermarket carb on because it is far superior to this carburetor. Last I remember, we cleaned the plugs, and we actually got this thing up to like 30 miles an hour on these old tires. They're probably original to the bike. That would be my guess. Dry rotted tires, but it held, and it worked. And I keep thinking we got it up to like 30 miles an hour. This thing's got, what, 2319 on the odometer. 2,319 miles. Now, I've got all the plastics, I've got the rack, I've got everything to put it back together, except for maybe the nuts and bolts. I think I might have lost the nuts and bolts. I also had a bad accelerator cable. Is it this one? No, accelerator cable's right here, isn't it? Oh yeah, boy, that's very sticky. Yeah, well, we're going to have to replace the accelerator cable. I got a new one. I found the right one for this, so we should be able to put this whole thing back together at some point here in the near future. I know it's not car related, and you may not be interested in seeing an old moped get brought back to life, but I'm really excited to do a little bit of work to my grandfather's moped and do what we can to bring it back, put it back together, and make it look decent. I've been all over the web. I've been all over the websites, all over the world. And that adapter that goes right there, it's next to impossible to find this little adapter for that carburetor. Super, super difficult to find. Right now it looks like everybody's out of stock. So I just want to get this thing put back together, get it running right, and you know, then maybe we can work on definitely cleaning it up and maybe getting some new tires and some new tubes and making sure that the wheels are in decent shape, and occasionally take it out and ride it. And maybe someday I'll take my Harley out and ride it too. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I had a lot of fun, and I really look forward to throwing a fuel pump in this thing, crossing my fingers, and hoping that we can get it running without having to drop the whole tank. I want to take this thing out on the road. I would love to have some fun with it. I've got a couple of ideas. We'll see what you guys think about that in the future. But before we can do anything, I need to make sure that, number one, you put a fuel pump in it and it runs, and number two, that it has a transmission, and number three, it's important that it stops. So we got to get those things figured out before we do anything else. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Definitely drop your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.